My stepsister tormented my son at every family event by making jokes about his dad abandoning him. I made her husband leave her too. I had my son Jamie when I was 22, and his dad took off when Jamie was 2 years old. Just packed up one day and never came back. No child support, no visits, nothing. It was just me and Jamie for years, and we were doing great. He was a happy kid who loved dinosaurs and soccer and never really asked about his dad much. I told him age-appropriate stuff about how sometimes adults make choices that aren't about the kids, and he seemed okay with it. When Jamie was 8, my mom remarried this guy Leonard who had a daughter named Brooke from his first marriage. Brooke was 30 and had this perfect suburban life with her husband Craig and their 2 kids. She immediately started acting like she was better than me because she had a husband and a traditional family. The first Christmas after our parents married, Brooke kept making these little comments. She'd say things like how nice it was that all the kids had their dads there except Jamie. When we took a family photo, she said loudly that it was too bad Jamie's side would look empty. Jamie didn't catch on at first, but I saw him looking confused. I pulled Brooke aside and told her to stop. She laughed and said she was just joking and I needed to lighten up. The next family gathering was worse. Brooke brought a football and suggested the dads teach the boys how to throw. Then she looked at Jamie and said maybe he could watch and learn since his dad wasn't around to teach him. Jamie's face just crumpled. Craig didn't say anything, just smiled like his wife was clever. I took Jamie home early and he cried, asking why his dad didn't want to teach him things. I was furious, but Mom said Brooke didn't mean anything by it and I was being too sensitive. This kept happening. Every single family event, Brooke would make these jokes. When Jamie got an award at school, Brooke said it was sad his dad missed it. When Jamie learned to ride a bike, Brooke said usually dads taught that. When Jamie joined Little League, Brooke asked who would practice with him since he didn't have a dad. Jamie started not wanting to go to family things. He'd fake being sick or beg to stay home. One Sunday dinner, Brooke really went for it. Jamie had made the honor roll and was showing everyone his certificate. Brooke said, wasn't it funny how kids without dads always tried harder for attention? Then she turned to her own son and said he was so lucky to have Craig, so he didn't need to work so hard for love. Jamie ran to the bathroom crying. That's when I decided Brooke needed to learn a lesson. I started paying attention to Craig at family events. Nothing inappropriate, just friendly conversation. I'd ask about his job, laugh at his boring stories, compliment his watch. Brooke noticed immediately and started getting possessive. She'd interrupt our conversations and physically put herself between us. Then I found out something interesting. Craig's coworker Lucy went to my gym. She mentioned Craig had been complaining about Brooke being controlling and jealous. He'd been thinking about leaving but stayed for the kids. I invited Lucy for coffee and got more details. Craig was miserable but didn't know how to leave without looking like the bad guy, so I helped him out. I started texting Craig about innocent stuff, asking for restaurant recommendations for a date I didn't have, asking what cologne he wore so I could buy it for a fictional boyfriend. Always innocent, but frequent. Brooke saw the texts and lost her mind. She accused Craig of emotionally cheating. Craig said they were just friendly texts, but Brooke wouldn't let it go. She went through his phone, his email, his social media. She started showing up at his job to check on him. She called Lucy to ask if Craig talked about me. Craig was getting more frustrated every day. Then came the final straw. At Jamie's birthday party, Brooke made another joke about his dad missing another milestone, but this time Jamie was ready. He said at least his mom loved him enough for 2 parents, while Brooke was so awful her husband was probably leaving. He'd overheard me on the phone with Lucy. Brooke went pale and turned to Craig. Full story on channel. Link below.